Welcome back to the deep dive. So today we're looking at a stack of documents that, frankly, feels a little bit schizophrenic.
It's a real mix, yeah.
You've got these grand government outlines like the Maritime Amrit Kaal Vision 2047, then press releases for luxury real estate, and then defense contracts for helicopters.
Right. It's hard to see the thread at first.
Then that's what we're trying to figure out. How is India's coastline trying to become the French Riviera, a global manufacturing hub, and a military fortress all at the same time?
I think rebrand is the right word. It's a huge shift in identity. Usually, when we talk about Indian ports, it's all about efficiency, container turnaround times,
Yeah,
that sort of thing.
pure logistics.
Exactly. But this data shows the government and private sector are trying to change the whole interface with the ocean. It's not just about moving boxes anymore. It's lifestyle, high-tech industry, and hard power, all in the same piece of real estate.
Let's start with that lifestyle part, because these Mumbai Port Authority plans, they read more like a brochure for Dubai than a typical Indian dockyard.
They really do. They're not just upgrading cranes, they're basically building a new city on the eastern waterfront.
You've got this Shivaji Maharaj International Convention Center. What is it, 5,500 crore?
A huge number. And that's just the anchor. You also have the Viksit Bharat Mumbai Marina, another 887 crore.
A marina and a convention center, and not exactly for cargo ships.
Not at all. This is for high net worth individuals, for tourists. It's a clear signal that the Port Authority now sees monetizing the land as just as valuable as, the actual port operations.
Okay, but is this just a cosmetic facelift? Because when I scroll down to the manufacturing updates, it looks like there's some serious heavy lifting still going on.
Oh, it's definitely not just cosmetic. And this is, I think, the most significant part of this stack, the Make in India data. Look at Udube Cochin Shipyard.
Right, they just delivered a vessel to Norway, a 3,800 DWT cargo vessel.
Deadweight tonnage, basically a mid-size workhorse. But the size isn't the story here, the client is. Exactly. Norway has some of the strictest and frankly most annoying maritime standards in the world. For an Indian shipyard to build a vessel that meets Norwegian specs, that's a massive signal. It means Indian manufacturing has graduated from just being cheap to being high precision.
So we're building these high-spec ships for Europe, and the operators are cashing in too. Shipping Corporation of India posted really strong Q3 numbers for 25-26. They mentioned the tanker market specifically.
And that brings us to the inevitable pivot, doesn't it? You have valuable ships, you have profitable tankers, a coastline generating massive wealth.
You have to protect it.
You have to protect it. And that's where the story shifts from commerce to conflict.
Which is where this Adani Defense and Aerospace update comes in. An MOU with Leonardo, the Italian company, to build helicopters in India.
Now, connect that dot to the Gemini Cooperation Update. That's Maersk and Hapag-Lloyd. They're rerouting through the Red Sea and Suez Canal, but the report explicitly mentions adding naval security.
A polite way of saying they're worried about missiles.
Of course. The trade routes are volatile. So India building helicopters isn't just an industrial project, it's an insurance policy for all those trade corridors we were just talking about.
It's fascinating how this port economy creates a kind of last radius of wealth on land. We've got this record-breaking land deal by Oberoi Realty in Bandra.
They're deeply linked. The port is the engine. When the port booms, because of that tanker market or those shipyard contracts, money just floods the city. That Bandra deal is a symptom. It's a sign of the economic heat coming off the maritime sector.
And you need the plumbing to move that heat around.
Perfect analogy. And that's where you see things like Gateway Distripark setting up a new rail-connected depot in Indore. That's the plumbing, making sure the wealth created at the coast actually gets to the hinterland.
But you can't run a high-tech shipyard or a luxury marina with just concrete and steel. You need people, skilled people.
That's the bottleneck. But they seem to see it coming. The Vadhavan Port Project, for example. They've signed an MOU under PMCU for maritime training. They're sponsoring cadets. They know if they don't skill up the workforce now, they'll have shiny new ports with no one to run them.
And it seems like the world is coming to see it all. The tourism data is surprising. 20.57 million international arrivals in 2024. That's actually beating pre-COVID levels.
It's a huge rebound. The Ministry of Tourism is pushing this travel for life thing to try and manage it sustainably, but this is where we get to the real tension.
The clash of identities we started with.
Precisely. You're building marinas for tourists, manufacturing helicopters for the military, and expanding heavy industry for cargo. often in the exact same zones.
It really does raise a difficult question. By 2047, what does an Indian port city actually feel like? Is it a tourist playground with promenades, a gritty industrial hub, or is it a restricted military zone?
And can it be all three? Balancing those very different personalities without